So, hello everyone, welcome to another webinar of CODECHEF ADGITM. Today I'm Nikunj Agrawal here for the hosting, and today we have a special guest with us who is the co-founder and CEO of Cuvette Tech. If you have heard of it, Cuvette is the organization which provides internships and they approaches to some startups and provide the internship opportunities to students like us. So, without further ado, I'm inviting Atul, co-founder and CEO of Cuvette.tech. Hello, Atul.
Hi Nikunj, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. First of all, thanks a lot for writing a mail to us and giving us an opportunity to take a session in your college. And really sorry for my messy hair because I have been actually working for like past 3 days on something very important. Um, so would like to know like can I present my presentation right now or like should we wait for some people?
Yeah, Atul. You can start your presentation.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you guys are able to see the presentation on a full screen mode. Is it visible? Nikunj?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So let me, start with what Cuvette is. We are doing a very simplest thing in the world you can think of in the best possible manner. It's all about like connecting college students with the startups globally. There are a lot of startups coming in India as well, and lot of tech opportunities are being developed. So, giving a short intro about myself, graduated from IIT Kharagpur in 2020 from electrical department. Have good experience in microcontrollers and product development. Have developed some apps on Android and have very rich experience on operating Python and MATLAB. Coming to the work experience, I was mostly a research type of guy in my college. Have been a visiting researcher in KU Leuven in Belgium and also worked in various labs in KGP itself on developing a lot of sensors. Hobbies are very typical, which are like listening to music and traveling. I love reading books. Yeah, so I started Cuvette Tech in my final years itself. How I came to the conclusion that I want to go with the startup is altogether a very different thing. We can talk about it later on. The basic funda to start this started working on this qubit tech is that there is a lack of industry exposure in India. We guys do not know what is happening in the industry. So once we actually graduate from the college and once we enter into the industry, we come to know that how things work, what are the things which are important to learn. So many of the cases, if you talk to some of your seniors who go into the companies, just talk to them. Many of them are asked when they join the company that just unlearn all those things which you have learned in the college, and we will be teaching you something new. So this is the scenario in which we are trying to solve. um, so what is Qubit? Again, a platform. We are very focused on the tech industries. So it's a platform which can help you with the tech internships. What kind of startups? There are a lot of sectors of industries which you can explore on our platform. You may have heard about this, words like health tech, ed tech, fintech, agri tech, HR tech, and there are a lot of other tech companies which are coming. Blockchain and cryptos are other sectors which are being very relevant these days. So, what kind of internships on Cuvette you can do? There are like three kinds of internships which we have basically seen what companies are preferring and what students are willing to do. Uh, there are part-time internships where you can work like 20 hours per week kind of thing with someone who needs some help on some, you can say, like basic help. Semi full time is being mostly preferred in these COVID times because students are able to learn during their semesters. They are able to manage college as well as the internship. So it's like 30 hours per week, and like many of the companies are also like very open to this semi full time thing. Full time is the one which you do generally in your summer vacations or the winter vacations by either going to the company and office, or maybe you can work remotely but giving your full time. So Coming to the next, what are the things which you get from the platform? It's all about like access to the global startups. You get to work with people who are like ex Facebook employees, ex Microsoft employees. They are doing their startup, and you get an opportunity to get mentored by them. It's a good platform to actually have money, because if you do internships, according to our estimates, you will be able to earn minimum of 90,000 in an annual basis. How does this happen? You work with a company, they pay you as a stipends. Simple. Now, continuous skill enhancement. So this is very different kind of skill enhancement which you will get on our platform. What generally happens with the upskilling part is that you choose any a tech partner, and they actually give you some boot camps. They actually give you some courses. You do those online courses, but again, there is something lacking in those, that is like practical skills. Here, actually, you work continuous with the actual live team. You will be working on something live product, and you will be actually dealing with the life challenges. That altogether has a very different learning. Now, the next thing is that if you are good in your skills, you can become. We have a Discord community. You can become mentor. You can guide the other students as well. Coming to exploring unknown territories, you can actually explore a lot of other geographies, like working with, say, Singapore companies, working with US based startups, or working with Indian startups in various other sectors, like exploring healthcare sector, exploring agriculture sector. So all these things, which you do once in your college, at the final, when you come in your final year, you will be well capable to take decisions like where you want to go in your life. Right now, what happens is that you do not have, generally, many of the students do not have the understanding what goes in the industry. So this is what the platform offers. And the next thing is, again, internships have always been a good gateway to the jobs. So if your internships goes well, the company can be very very happy to have actually give you offers. So yeah, what we call it as a very perfect platform, to help you with the off-campus internships and placements. um, Going forward, so what we have been doing till now, and what we have achieved till now, is that we have like more than 11,000 students who are trusting us, and they are like pan India. They are have more from more than 1,000 engineering colleges. On the company side, we have partnered with like more than 1,000 companies till now, and they have given us intern requirement. And the companies actually are from India, Singapore, US, Dubai, and Canada also. um, Average stipend, what we have seen is that is going on like 15,000 per month in the tech side. Minimum stipend also we have fixed. We have seen that it's ranges somewhat from 8 to 10,000. So yeah, the quality of the internships which you are getting on the platform is very very good. Coming to the next, so next couple of minutes, I will discuss about what is an internship, and what is a good resume, and how to perform well in the interviews. And that's all. Means we decided to keep this session very very small, and I would actually like to interact with you guys, and wanted to know what problems you face while applying for the internships, and what are the feedbacks which you are looking for, because that has been very beneficial during my virtual, past virtual tours at the campuses. So yeah, jumping again to the slides, what is an internship? An internship is a place where is a thing, where you work with the actual team on an actual project. But what we generally think of is that it's just like completing the college credits, right? It's just a perception that it's of 3 credit we have to do compulsorily, 2 month 3 month internship in the college. But what happens is that means think about it, throughout the 4 year college span, if you get just 2 months to interact with the industry, how will you get to know what where you wanted to go, how you will get to know like what interests you more, right? So what internships actually give you, it's like opportunity to work with the industry people. It helps you, it definitely helps you in making job ready, because after doing like 1 or 2 internships, I'm damn sure that finding a job is just like a cakewalk after the internships. A good internships can easily be converted into a job offer. I have already covered it. Opportunity to earn money, again, in the college days, everybody needs some financial source, so that they can use that money to explore other hobbies, maybe, or explore other uh, opportunities, right? Going to the next, the major question comes here, like how to get an internship, right? So first option always comes like the college placement committee to the people, that the college placement cells helps in the getting internship. Second thing is that you can reach out through the LinkedIn to the people. Maybe you can write to HRs, maybe you can write to engineering head, or maybe you can write to co-founders. Tell them about yourself, that I am good in this skills. I have checked out your product. I think that I can be able to contribute something to the product, and I'm really looking to learn from your team. Right. Mailing to the HRs, and then again, of course, Cuvette. Now, there are two things which you need, which you definitely need to get an internship. Those are like, one is a good resume, and the second is, you have to perform well in interviews. If you are able to crack these two things, you are definitely going to get a good internship. Now, coming to, what is a good resume? So, there are two important things which you have to mention, which every recruiter looks into when they are looking for a good resume. uh, they are looking for, do you have a past project experience on the particular field which you have applied for, or do you have a work experience? Have you like worked with any other team or not? Right. So if you have work experience, it's good. If you're just starting up, just add some good projects, that these are the good projects I have worked on, and I just want to get head start in the industry. Right. So your project, now comes to like, what should be your project, right? uh, so I have seen, means multiple students reaching out to us, telling us that, they have done some to-do list, or maybe, a very simple mobile app they have developed. So there is one rule of thumb which we have developed, is that your project should be like that. It should at least take 2 weeks to complete. And by 2 weeks, I mean, per day you have to give like 3 to 4 hours, and then 2 weeks. If your project is that much big, that is like good enough to actually include in your resume. Second thing is that do not work on any common project, which are very easy to find. There are a lot of YouTubers who are covering this to-do list, weather app. You can be it's very easy to find, means this weather app and all those things, GitHub repo. You can easily actually copy the code and, run it. It will hardly take you like 3 or 4 days to work on this. Try to actually work on something substantial. Now people ask me, where they can get, the topics. Either you can work on any new idea which you are looking, which you can think, can become a potential startup. You can actually work on building a clone as well. That sometimes, I've seen that people are building like Netflix clone, or maybe, building an e-commerce website, or maybe, any new startup which is coming, you try to clone it, or you try to build the functionalities. That also works. There are some college assignments also which are like MTP or the BTP assignments in the college. Those are like good enough projects which you can work on. And there are again, a lot of open source GitHub repos as well which you can contribute to. So these are, I think, enough. You can find these projects by just simple Google search. Coming to the next, it should not be copied from anywhere, because if you copy it, when you go to the interviewer will be very easy to catch you. It should have some features. Try to innovate. Suppose you are working on cloning Netflix, right? So try to add some features by yourself, or maybe animation feature, or maybe some changes in the backend process. So that actually helps a lot, in when you talk to an interviewer, and you tell them that, these are the features which you added yourself, then it actually interests more to the interviewer. Now, how to show work experience in projects. These are the, I'm just summing up all the things. Mention in detail all the things which you have worked on. I've seen that people are just writing, very simple things like 1 2 line things, just to mention that they have worked on something. It doesn't work like that. You're just wasting your work experience. Tell them in detail like what was the problem statement you were working on. Articulate in technical terms. Try to add as many as technical terms, like the libraries, the APIs which you have built, whatever tools which you have used, try to use those terms. And then these 3 points are very important: the problem statement which you have worked on, and then the technical things which you used, and the results which you got. So these three things are very important to actually add. And then again, everybody wants to see, means your code, or your work, how is it looking or not. So try to host it somewhere, and then add your GitHub repo link. Be very active on GitHub, I would say, because if you're active on GitHub, it increases your chances of actually getting internships very easily. So GitHub repo link are important, and the live hosted URLs are very important. Coming to the again, summing up how the resume should good look like. Resume should be, one page only, because interviewer has to go through a lot of resumes, so one page resume is actually very very good. If you are if you think that there you have like multiple projects, like 4 or 5 projects, add only those projects which you think are the bigger projects, or the substantial projects, and keep on updating your resume. Suppose you have completed some project, so you can actually delete some of your older projects from the resume and then add the new projects in, right? And then again, at the end you just add extracurricular activities if you have any. So this extracurricular activity shows that you are a good communicator, or maybe you can work in a team and all those things. So you can take maybe a screenshot of the screen, because these are the things which we have seen after interacting with 1,000 companies. These are the actually things which companies are looking for. Okay. Just waiting for 10 seconds. Maybe if you want to take screenshot, just take it. Okay. So going ahead, uh, tips for interviews. So interviews, see, interviews are very simple thing. I don't know, means people are very much means feared of going for the interview. In the interview, it's just like they are trying to talk to you that whatever things you have built, how much in detail understanding you are having, right? So there are other couple of other things the company checks, like are you good fit for them or not? Are you culturally good fit for them? Are you willing to give the time or not? How much motivated you are you a good communicator or not? So it also may happen that you have the good desired technical skills, but you still don't get selected. So there can be multiple reasons. You don't have to worry too much on it. Just keep on applying to other companies. There can be reason that even in non technical ways, the maybe the interviewer did not find that you will fit well in the team, right? You should be able to explain your projects in the CV in detailed manner. That's what I have been telling, from my previous slide as well, that if you're working on some projects, just work on something, like you will be able to explain it for like 1 or 2 minutes. If you're not able to explain your projects, it becomes very difficult for the interviewer, to know that you actually know something. Now, it sometimes it doesn't matter how many things means, if do you have like, have you worked on like 5 or 6 projects? Even if you have worked on like 1 or 2 projects, and you're able to explain it very very properly, it is actually good enough for the interviewer to judge you. And yes, again, if you don't know something, let the interviewer know about it, that these are the things which I don't know. But if you give a chance, then I would be happy to learn. Don't hesitate or feel embarrassed that what the interviewer will think. Don't try to overcome it, or don't try to actually add something new, because the interviewer will go deeper and deeper, and you will actually be not able to answer those questions, right? So explain only those things which you know. If you don't know something, just tell them that I don't know about it. Keep it as a a way of a communication. It should not become a debate. It should be like you are just generally communicating with them, and then show your interest, that how how much interested you are to actually work with them. Okay. Now, the last thing, means if you want to prepare well for the interviews, I would say that go for as many interviews as possible. You can use our platform to actually, interact with, apply on the job post. If you get a chance to interview, just go on the interview, and just perform well there. Because we have seen that after performing, after you may have, it may happen that on the first interview you do not perform well, but after two, 3 interviews, you will be actually good enough to perform well. Yeah. So good enough. I think this much. Try to keep it very very short, and these are the only things which you should know to actually get a good internship. We are, you can find us on Instagram. We are on LinkedIn as well. Our website is cuvette.tech. So you can actually go on the platform, apply on various internships throughout the year, and I would actually suggest that try to do actually 2 to 3 internships throughout your college time, so that you get an appropriate understanding where you want to go. Either you want to go in, startup, either you want to go for MNC, or either you want to go in which sector. Like, do you have interest in healthcare sector, or do you have interest in maybe ed tech sector? It can happen, right? So explore as much as possible, right? So would love to again hear from you guys what has been your experiences, and what are your queries regarding um, what are your queries regarding the challenges which you have faced during the internship. Would be happy to answer all of them. Yeah, you can type in the private chat here. I see. One thing I have been doing is that because I've seen that people are approaching me on the LinkedIn as well, so I will actually give my LinkedIn ID here in the chat. It is okay. So you can connect me with me over LinkedIn as well. Um, Ping me anytime when you are facing any issues uh, regarding the internships, and again with the platform. Posting my platform link as well. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You can ask any question here. I think we can actually discuss. Nikunj, what you are asking? Okay, the comments are in the. Acha, got it. Got it. Got it. Posting my comments. Can I comment here as well, Nikunj?
कर दिया सर कमेंट वहाँ पे, हमने कोड शेप वाली
Okay.
आईडी से भेज
Okay.
दिया.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You can comment there as well.
Okay. Okay. So we can go ahead with the question answer. Means if anybody has any questions, you can ask us regarding internships.
Yeah, let's just wait for the 5 minutes for the Q&A. And also, Atul, it will be really beneficial if you can introduce the students with the process, that how they can apply to the Cuvette, and what it will be the whole process if they want to grab an
Hmm.
internship with the help of Cuvette.
Hmm. See, actually, it's very simple. You just have to go on the platform, register yourself as a student on the student section. I'm just giving the link if anybody can. So, Yash or Nikun, just post this link in the comment section. So, you just have to actually, register as a student, make your good profile, I would say. Uh, Everything is, the UI and UX has been taken care of. So, it's very easy to fill the form one by one. You will be asked certain questions. One rule of thumb is that make your profile very well, because those companies are going to see your profile. Add everything very genuinely, the project experience, education, and it will take, like, it's a one time effort, but it will actually help you guys. Then you can go on the internship section. You can browse and filter all your relevant internship which you want to apply. When you are applying, you will be asked for a SOP to write. On the SOP, write about things like why you are interested to work with that particular company, how that opportunity actually suits you well. So write it. You don't have to be very creative in that. You just have to genuinely write that why do you want to work with the team. Try to actually research about the companies, what is their product and what are your skill sets. I would suggest that if you are having good project experience or work experience to with relevant to any opportunity, then only apply on that. Suppose you are having experience in Android and you are applying on data science, company is not going to select you. And our platform actually gives you regular feedbacks. So even if you are applying on the wrong wrong job post, or if your profile is not good enough, so we will actually inform you. So you will not have to suffer, means go on the cycle that nobody is replying and all those things. So it's very simple. And there is a suggestion and a feedback section on the top. So if you face any problem anytime, you can just write it there. You can
Atul,
ping
there is
me.
a question. Yeah,
Yeah.
Atul, there is a question.
One thing. Let me finish. So you can ping me. You guys can ping me directly on LinkedIn. Maybe if you face any problem, or we are active on the Discord as well. So the communication channel we have actually kept very transparent. So you can actually reach out to us anytime. Okay. Moving to the question. Okay.
Yeah, so the question is asked by Hitansh. Can we get an internship only on the basis of DSA?
Mm. See, actually, the issue is that the bigger companies or the bigger MNCs are actually trying to hire on the basis of the DSA, but majority of the companies which now you will see are coming, or the bigger startups as well, like an academy or maybe the Ola and all those things. These companies are actually switching to skill based hiring, and the bigger companies are also switching, because I have recently seen that the Microsoft people are actually trying to judge people on their skill sets rather than going directly on the DSA. You will need for means first round of clearing the first round, and I would suggest that 3-4 months of DSA is good enough to actually clear any company interview if you're actually following any. So there are a lot of companies who are actually helping and building a maybe path for DSA preparation. There is one which I know is that on interview bit, and the second which I know is that on lead code also you can find the the genuine question which can be asked in the company. Okay,
Yeah.
so do not like completely rely on DSA. I would say just work on it like 3-4 months and have good concepts of data structure. I would say algorithms you can have some decent knowledge.
Okay. Any other doubts? If anyone is having, you can ask right now. Okay, there is another question. Projects like Instagram clone help करेंगे? Because
Hmm.
these projects are common right now.
Hmm. So it can help, just add the live link, because see, if you're building something and if you're adding the live link, the interviewer can go and check, right? And if you have built Instagram very well, if it's looking very well, then also they will be interested to work with you.
Definitely. Okay, so there is another question from Ashi. What are the main domains we need to focus on to grab a good internship?
Hmm. So there are like multiple domains which we are coming right now in the tech. I can say that uh, see, every company is either a web app or a mobile app. Either they are having their website or either they're having their mobile app as a product. So you can go with like website development, full stack developer. You can become a full stack developer. You can become front end developer, mobile app developer. Again, you can actually go into blockchain, machine learning as well. A lot of opportunities are coming in data science, and then again one another field is opening is that TPM role, technical product management. That role is also becoming very famous, so you can focus on that as
Okay, so Atul, based on your experience, what will be the if we divide these domains on the basis of number of internships that you guys provide, then what will which domain will be having more internships as compared to others?
well. Mhm. See, as I told that every company is either a web app or a mobile app, right? So mostly opportunity will be there. So a lot of developers are needed either as a full stack developer or a mobile app developer, right? Because the major core product is that only.
True. Guys, any other questions? Okay, so we have another question from Hitansh. Uh, yeah, yeah, Hitansh, that's already covered. So if you have any other questions, you can reach out to Atul on LinkedIn. He will be guiding you guys also. Okay, Atul, I don't think uh, others are having any questions, so
Hmm.
we can wrap it up.
Yeah, so if you guys, wait a second, are internship going for abroad as well. Okay. So there are companies, so right now with the pandemic, all the things were going remotely. So there are companies who offered internships, who are from USA and Canada, and again, there were companies from Singapore as well and Dubai as well. So next year, you can do in office internship by going abroad through our platform.
That's really great actually, because if you get internships abroad, then you can also be converted into full time there,
Hmm.
and that will be paying handsomely. So you guys will be having a lot.
Hmm. Yeah, means because of the pandemic, it was going remote. So it all depends on the skill sets. If you are applying for the global internships, there will be competitions as well. So if you are having, good skill sets, I can definitely, say that you are going to get good opportunities.
Okay, there is another question. So the most important questions I will be asking from all of us: what are the minimum requirement for getting internship?
Okay. So minimum requirement is at least two project experience and two good project experience, I would say. That's if you're having that, you can definitely get a head start,
Okay,
right?
so Atul, on the personal level, if I am having a community experience and leadership roles and other things like that, so will this help in getting me an internship?
Hmm. Yeah, it will help, but it will. So, if you apply for these particular roles, then only you will get internship, right? So earlier, in my past virtual campus tour, one guy asked me that I am having a community experience, so will I able to get tech internship, like development internship,
Mm.
right? These two are like not matching again, right? So you will definitely get a community internship. There are a lot of companies who are focusing on community internships. So you are having good work experience. You have managed it well. So it goes well with the your experience, and it goes well with the interviewer as well. But if you say that you can get an internship in front end developer, so strictly no.
Sorry for the background noise. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Anything else that you might want to ask or you might want to
Okay.
share, Atul?
So one thing actually I wanted to add one very common question which I was getting. There is like the thing called unpaid internship. People are worried about.
Yeah.
So let me tell you one thing. As a student, means if you just want to get a head start, just try to find good opportunities. Don't focus on whether it is paid or unpaid. Once you have some work experience, at least one experience, then you will be able to actually go for the paid internships, right? And if you're having good project experience, then also people will be willing to actually give you 10,000 per month. But if you are very demanding that say suppose you're having not that good skills as well, and if you want some paid internship, so it becomes very difficult, right? So don't strictly say no to unpaid internship. If you are getting good opportunities, good mentors, if you see that that opportunity will actually enhance your skills, just go for it, right? Do like 2 3 month unpaid internship and then add it to your resume. That 2 3 month internship will actually lead to a good stipend internship after that.
That also actually depends on the basically that what is the status of the company and
Mm,
whether they
correct,
are early stage or how is the project going and is
correct,
there any scale or not.
correct, correct.
So those things also matter in unpaid internships. If you guys think, okay, so there are many questions now. Hitansh is asking, is it okay to go into data science in spite of being in tier 3 college?
See, actually, uh, there has been, means aura of tier three and tier two before pandemic. I would say on our platform, everything is equal. It's all about, so our platform is completely based on skills. If you are having good skills, your profile will be on the top. And for companies right now, and I'm telling you the changes which I'm seeing in the company as well. Companies are right now, not focusing too much on tier one, two, three, because they want more and more skilled people. And if you are having good skills, it doesn't matter even if you are having a college degree or not. So don't go into tire wise and all those things.
Okay, Atul, one more thing. Actually, as far as I have seen with Cuvette, so you guys take skill assessments, right? So, and based on that, we get opportunities. So, would you like to explain that what will be the level of skill assessments and how one should prepare for those assessments?
Hmm. So earlier we used to take those skill assessment. Right now they are actually withdrawn from the platform. So you just have to actually mention your project and work experience. That's all.
Okay, so based on the work experience, the companies will be evaluating and
Correct, correct,
ranking the
correct,
profile.
correct. Correct, correct. And then next year, there will be skill-based assignments that will be actually coming on the platform. So that will be actually, it will be well explained there itself on the platform when it will come.
Okay, that's great. Okay, Raj has a question. Where do we find that a good unpaid paid internship? Because there is a lot of bad fish in market. Okay.
Okay, so on Cuvette, I would say because on Cuvette we are actually having all paid internships. Unpaid internships you can find on LinkedIn. Uh, Paid internship, what we do is that before onboarding company, we have our own verification check, and if the company actually do some fishy thing afterwards as well, so we take into account and we just check that if things are happening, and we do those dispute resolution, all those things after that. So till now we haven't seen any such thing happening on our platform. If you want to go for unpaid internships, then there are on LinkedIn, people are actually writing those unpaid or posting about it, or you can directly reach out to a startup team that you can say that I can work as an unpaid intern, just give me an opportunity. Look at the team, look at the company, what they're doing for. It can happen that it's a very very early stage company, they do not have a brand, but the team is very strong. The person who is actually the founder is having a good reputation in the industry, or having a good work experience.
Also, you can check out the platform angel.co. Basically, they also have some unpaid internships and some equity based internships for the early age startups. So you can also check that out. And moving on to next question. What if you have to build project with team? Will it be counted?
Yeah. So if you are building something with the team, it will be counted definitely. But when you are mentioning on the project experience, mention your own part, what you have contributed to. Because if you are mentioning everything that you have worked on this, you have worked on, then on the interview they will ask you that what is the team and what is your work, right? So it will be counted. Just write your particular work.
Okay, so I think Rajiv also has the same question. So I think it is answered.
Okay.
Now moving on to the next question. How was the initial phase of your startup like? What problems did you face in building it up from scratch? Okay, so that's the personal
Okay.
question.
So actually, I was starting in the college, and then initial phase of problem was there were actually a lot of challenges. I would say it's all about reaching out to the clients. There are a lot of trust issues as well. Why someone trust a college guy, because a lot of there are other players as well in the market. And then again, means we were coming as engineering grad, so we were not having good understanding of how business and startup works. We were more of a uh, problem solver in the engineering direction. So lot of we actually used to talk with a lot of our alumni and a lot of the people in the industry. I used to talk to I used to set like mock call with IIM Bangalore professors as well. So there is a on IIM Bangalore portal, you can actually apply for incubation center, right? So what we used to do is that I and Sudhanshu, so Sudhanshu is another co-founder. What we used to do is that you can not directly get on a call with a professor on IIM Bangalore, right? If you write a mail to them, so we used to write. We used to apply on that form for incubation center, and you get a 15-minute call with IIM professor. So we used to do on like regular basis every month to actually pitch them and know like how to. So they used to give us a lot of inputs as well. So that's how we were getting understanding of how to run a business.
So that is the one thing. If you guys want to be an entrepreneur, then you can also consider this suggestion. You can also try this.
Yeah. So you have to actually, if you're not finding the solution in one direction, you have to go in another way direction, right? People say that that the thing, people are not approachable. It's very difficult to actually talk to someone. You have to find solution. Nobody is going to give you directly that this is the solution.
That's true. Right now, and on the LinkedIn, if you want to approach, then definitely LinkedIn is growing right now. And I have seen, even I have talked to many co-founders and founders, and they are really interested in talking.
Correct.
They also really want to know about your point of view about
Mm,
their product, and with the help of this, you can also share discussion with them. So
yeah.
that's really great. So, okay, so sorry for the background noise again. So I think there are not any more questions with us. So we can wrap it up now.
Great. Sorry about that. As I
Okay.
was being.
So one last question again. Uh, so got an internship was paying me, but they were not giving me certificate. So I rejected the offer. Was that okay? Okay.
So why did you? I don't know. Means why did you reject it? Because if you're getting some work experience, certificates doesn't matter. I would say.
So you don't need to show certificate to anyone, right? So you can also accept that.
Yeah.
Maybe the startup is not in the condition that they provide the certificate, or they are not registered right now, so they are building their product initially.
Correct.
So that can be the case, and you can try that. If you like their idea, then definitely you should go for it. Now, next question is from Anjali. I'm currently working in SQL Server domain from 6 months, looking for switching profile. Is good internship a good way to start in new domain?
Yeah, definitely. So we are actually thinking of building something similar on our platform. So with internships are actually the best way to actually switch the industry, because people are ready to accept you as an intern very easily, and then as an intern you can actually work with them for 6 months to actually learn about that particular industry, and then if your internship go well, that company will only give you a job, right? So if you want to do a job switch or maybe domain switch, internships can be a best possible way.
Okay, Ankur, definitely not. Money not the only thing, but work experience matters. So if you want to gain work experience, then definitely you should go for the internship. Otherwise, it is not necessary. Uh, they are a team of freelancers. Okay.
Mm. So see, Aditya, freelancers, it's okay. If even at the end, if they are giving you work experience, go for it, right? Because in the college, see what generally happens is that if you start running behind money in very early days of the career, you are just going to ruin, at the end of the career. So try to actually focus on work experience first. If you're having good, if you're confident, and you will get to know yourself that you are very confident on that thing, then you can actually start for working on some freelance project or maybe paid internship kind of
Okay. So the next question is from Ankur. See, that is a technical question, I think.
thing.
Atul, would you like to take this one, or can we keep this one on Discord?
Mm. Yeah, means taking these questions will take some time, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we can take up this question on Discord, Uncle. So definitely you can reach us there also. So I think it's time we should wrap it up.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Atul. Thank you for coming and joining us.
Thanks a lot, Nikunj. At the end, again, I would like to suggest everyone that do internships as many as possible at your college, because that helped me as well to analyze, what I want to do in my life. So that actually pushed me to actually go for my startup at the college itself. Internships are really, really great way to actually explore industry, and you will not be actually confused at what are you doing right now and what you want to do in your life, right? So yeah, and then again, at the end you get stipends, you get money source. So those are like perks.
Definitely, if you guys want to explore different fields or non-tech fields, then definitely you can join the non-tech internships also, like content writer internships and other domains also, and try it out. Who knows where your interest lies in?
Yeah.
So definitely you should explore those domains too.
Okay.
That's
Uh,
great.
bye
Thanks a
bye,
lot,
Nikunj.
Dinesh.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. So thank you everyone for joining in.